Hello and welcome to another model building workshop. I am Mr. Allen, coming to you from my basement workshop in Providence, Rhode Island on behalf of the Community Libraries of Providence. And today we're going to be looking at some really lesser known armored vehicles by some probably lesser known small companies. One working with resin and another working with like a 3D printer. So, and what we are looking at are going to be a pair of these small light reconnaissance tankettes, I guess you would call them, from the French Army. They're referred to as, well, I'm not going to try to murder this French, but basically it means like auto machine gun carrier for reconnaissance. So these are small, like reconnaissance vehicles used by cavalry units in the French Army 39-40, that period, the Blitzkrieg period. I guess they were around like in the mid-30s, but early stages of World War II and the Blitzkrieg, these were around. So we're going to be looking at a pair of vehicles, actually three, now that I think of it, in a sense. Because it's the AMR 35 series by Renault. Let's say we're going to talk about three. I'll show you two. So we're going to be looking at this one here, the AMR 35. I don't know if this is considered the ZT1 of the series. You can see some of the painting and marking options that are there. And this light, very light tank had high speed, and it had a small 7.5 millimeter machine gun, and that's it. It's just meant to be a scout tank for the cavalry units. And then you get a later version which has a 13.2 millimeter machine gun, so a little bit outgunned. Here's a look at the camouflage colors. The green is very bright, which I guess makes sense for springtime combat. And here's the later up-armed one. And then the other one we're going to be looking at here. I just want to show you these colorful examples here. This is a book by Histoire and Collections from Paris by Francois Bouvier. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. These are great books. They are all in French, or a lot of them are. And my French is not great, but still, look at the wealth of information that's in here. The illustrations are fantastic. The photos are amazing. I was going to show you the other one here. Yeah, the ZT3, which was kind of a fixed casemate with a 25 millimeter anti-tank gun. That's what that one has. I'm going to show you that one in just a second. It seems like only two of these were built. It's hard to, well, my French is terrible, so it looks like there might have been two of these that were in use during that period. So first I'm going to start with a company called Blitz. And they're out of France, and they do resin kits. And they do quite a variety of different types of, well, mostly French vehicles and figures. And they deal with the World War I and the World War II period. And this is a special decal set for these vehicles. It gives you a nice assortment, which was based on the book we just looked at. So it gives you a lot of the decal options that were seen in that book. And you can see they have the decals of the ZT3 there, which is included here. And we're going to be looking at the 35 in just a second. And here's a nice assortment of all the different types of decals you can get. So this decal set goes for 3 different vehicles, because if you want to do I'm in the middle of working on the I guess the ZT1 AMR 35 with the 7.5 millimeter machine gun. And this is a resin kit. But the decals are meant for this one, the AMR 35 with the 13.2 millimeter machine gun, and the ZT3 with the 25 millimeter anti-tank gun in the casemate. So they give you decals for 3 of them because they make those kits. All 3 of those kits are something that Blitz makes. So this is it under construction here. I am not the greatest with resin kits. They're a little bit challenging, I find. So I'm trying to build and paint this as I go. I know that green is really, really bright. I'll probably tone that down a bit with some weathering. Here's the machine gun turret here. Very small. Not much holding it on to the body. The tracks are offered this way. A little flash there. You're kind of going to have to fold these and somehow get them to fit around. We'll see how that goes. Lots of small detail parts like the jack and the headlights. Tools. So the drive wheel is set up like this, where it's, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got part of the track already on it. So you just have to connect the track further along. And you have a typical Renault style suspension pieces that have to go on. Let's see if I can get those. Yeah, whoops. Did I drop it? This style of suspension. Blitz Kit also makes crew for these. It comes with 2. So you have a choice of figures you want to put in this vehicle. And they also seem to be based on some of the commanders that you see in that book I just showed you. For example, there's one here. It's underway. And another one here I haven't started, but it's an extra because maybe for a future project. You can see that the head here. The kit does come with a very basic set of markings. So if you didn't buy the add-on decal set, you would get a basic set here with some roundels and numbers for the military serial number would be there. It's got some string for the tow cable as well here. So here's the instruction sheet. And again, this is a resin kit, so you have to use some sort of super glue for this, which I find very challenging. So I don't do a lot with resin, but once in a while I like to gamble and try something, especially since a lot of these French tanks are not being released in injection molded plastic. More and more of them are, which I've been happy to see that as companies continue to try to put out more French stuff. I don't know how well they're selling on a global market, but I certainly enjoy them. More of the instructions here, and you can see the optional turret for the different versions there, depending on which cannon you want to use, or machine gun I should say. There's also the anti-aircraft machine gun you could add if you wish to. That's included, which is kind of fun how it's kind of mounted on the side of the turret like that. With a nice drum magazine. Yeah, here we go with the other style turret, which is not included. That's if you were to get that kit. So the instructions tend to be, they tend to make it for all of them, including the decals. If you bought them, you know, you get the whole package in one. But this kit was only for, as parts for this particular variant. So it's the ZT2 with the, you know, oh, that's one with a 25mm gun. I think that's similar to the pan out on the car with that one. So this is another variant. I didn't realize. And then they show you the other commanders and so forth. You can get the decals. All the accessories are here. And here's an example from, I think that came from their website. Model by Mr. Gasquez, which shows what this can look like when you're done. So that's the Blitz kit version of the AM35. And then we're going to be looking at another kit I just discovered, doing some poking around the internet. And this is SS model, and out of China. And what these guys are doing is they're doing a 3D printed kits. So it's a very different type of model kit. And here's the little catalog of sorts of things they make. And it explains here that this is a red wax resin printing that they're doing. So it's supposed to be a stronger and better model effect. Okay. But they are saying that for long distance transportation, if there are bumps or defects in the kit, please notify them so that they can rectify the problem. So it's kind of nice that they offer those kind of situations, so in case there's damage to the kit. So this is the ZT3, the one with the casemate and the 25mm anti-tank gun. So this is your parts breakdown here according to them. Let's take a look at what their instruction sheet has for the ZT3. Now the first thing I noticed when I opened this thing up is that it has a pretty strong odor. So I'm guessing whatever that red wax resin is, it's a little pungent. just letting you know. You know, it just arrived today actually, and I was kind of excited to get it up here for you guys to look at. So I just got this in the mail. I don't know if this smell is going to dissipate over time, or if there's something I have to do on a primer or something might help with that issue. Right now it's a little concerning because it is stinky, I'm not gonna lie. So here's the instructions such as they are, because this is kind of a 3D printed block with a few parts you would add on. So it's a very different type of approach to a kit. And I'm noticing that stuff like this is starting to pop up. I know Shapeways has been around for a while, making pieces and parts of things, but this is an entire kit that's coming here. And I'm sure there are others out there, but this is the first that I've tried. Well, or I'm gonna try, I guess I should say. But notice this is how the hull comes out. And if you've ever worked with a 3D printer, you can see how those little lines and things from when it's going across, and and dropping the plastic, the molded plastic, filling up and creating the parts. So there's a hull in there. You're just gonna have to chisel it out of all of this stringy stuff, basically. And so the bulk of this kit, in a sense, is already built because it's one solid block. Oh. Be careful, mess up this box. Oh, it does smell. I'm not kidding. So in here there are some, I don't want to take this out, I don't want to drop it. Looks like a spare tire and a few small details. They're kind of in this block of stuff here. It's interesting, it's kind of like it's in a crate. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a crate of resin with all the parts in there. I think that's pretty interesting. This is the dome for the cupola. See the strings there. Take that one out. Let's take a better look. Yeah, if I can get this bag to open. Oh, I'm sorry, but it does smell. Yeah. Anyway, so here it is. Cupola is this thing here. And this little crate of sorts here of resin, basically this is holding the exhaust pipe and the canisters in here. That's what's in that. So you have to cut, chisel it out, I guess, put it on. And you want to take a look at this. This is still sealed up. This intrudes me. Let's see, this is coming off. See how it just breaks off this crate? So what they do is they have, oh, that looks tricky. I'll be careful here. But the running gear is assembled in one block there. It looks like the upper run of the track is loose. I think I'm gonna have to, yeah, glue that in there. I think it may have broken off. Yeah, it looks like it just broke off. Not sure if this has return. Yeah, it has return rollers, so maybe you need to put that around the return roller because here's this piece of track that came loose. So both of the suspension systems are like this. And I've noticed, been looking on some different online forums, and I've seen that this is becoming more and more prevalent, and I guess one popular option is, I know a lot of people have been looking for replacement tracks for the old Tamiya, because it's like the M2, M3 US half tracks from World War II. Because I guess people are complaining that the kit with the original suspension system and the rubber band treads, or I don't know, I haven't played with that kit, I don't know, but I noticed that it's, as an aftermarket accessory, that this style of track replacement parts are showing up more and more to fix kits, I guess, like that have weird issues with their suspension systems. So this might be the wave of the future, I don't know. I'm going to see how this goes at some point. But right now the smell is kind of putting me off, but yeah, but we'll see. how that goes down the road. I was just very eager to see what this stuff would look like in both cases, because these are vehicles that really intrigue me. And I guess I'll keep you updated on how, this one's almost done. I'll get back to this hopefully someday to show you how that came out. And that is today's model building workshop. Okay, folks, keep on building and have fun out there. All right, stay warm. Bye.